What's going on, everybody? How are you guys doing today? We are back, going back off the video with a live stream I posted yesterday. We are with the white LBZ that grenaded the turbo and got the LOI sitting. Now I want to make this clear because I don't want any conversation, whatever you want to call it. This is not like any fault on Danville Performance. I love them. They're a great company. I will run their turbos and continue to do so. It's something that happens. It's simply the mere fact of aftermarket world. Like, not everything works perfectly, and we're pulling it out and shipping it back, and they're going to help us out big time with this. So Danville is a great company. We run their tunes. We love them. They're outstanding. So please don't get the wrong idea with this. It's just something that happened. But anyways, to get into today's video, we're pulling the turbo again, which I've done before, but I'll go back into, not so much in depth, but I'll go over it again. The truck still runs kind of. I'm moving it right up to there. So we're going to get it started, pulled up to the garage, and then start pulling the turbo out. So that's what we'll do, and that's what today's video is going to be about. So as most of you guys seen yesterday, we already pulled the intake off to check out what was going on. But as with any job you do, we're going to start by just disconnecting the battery terminals, and then we're going to get into pulling all the stuff for the turbo. So that's what we'll do. So the negative battery terminals are disconnected. And for now, what we're going to do is we're going to remove the intake piece. Maybe we might leave this one in. It's kind of a pain to get to on this S&B intake. Take the bolt out for the fan shroud, loosen the belt, pull the AC compressor out of the way, and disconnect the intercooler pipe. So that kind of move this, move the AC, disconnect the intercooler, and here you guys go. You can see trying to show you what's going on down there. So basically we're just making room to get to the turbo, so it's going to be pulling all the kind of BS out of the way that we don't really need, and then we'll be able to unbolt the turbo, the up pipes, and it should be fairly quickly. Alrighty, so the AC is moved out of the way. The boot is off the intercooler. It's sitting right there. Took this wiring harness off right here, this little bracket that goes on top of there. Disconnected the turbo vane position sensor right here, which was routed underneath this, so we unbolted this just to get it out of the way, and it plugs in right down here. Now, I loosened the downpipe clamp right here. I don't know if you can see that. So that's loose. Now, I loosened the other clamp down here and took the mounting bolt out. So we're about to pull this downpipe out. You can usually pull it right out the bottom or out the top. Some people do it out the top. I think I've always gone from the bottom. But either way, we're gonna slide that out, and then undo the up pipe bolts at the top, and then it's the 3 mounting bolts for the turbo, the oil line, the oil return line, and then the turbo's out. So it's really not that bad of a job, guys. That's why a lot of people ask me when you do like when they install like a Y bridge, because those bolts are terrible to get through with the turbo still in. If you're doing a 6-hour job, it's another 30 minutes to pull the turbo and put it back in, especially when you're that far in it. I did mine without the turbo, and I'll continue to do them without the turbo. Maybe I'm just used to pulling them, but I think it makes things a million times easier. Just food for thought, guys. It's pretty easy. I think there's like 12 bolts total on the turbo to get it out, so it's not the end of the world. It'll take because I know people say it takes like 6 or 7 hours to install the Y bridge with the turbo in. You can do it in 15 minutes with it out, and it's 30 minutes to pull it, 30 minutes to put it back in. So, you know, you look at 3 hours versus 7 of trying to fight around it. So, just my thought. But we're gonna undo that stuff, get the downpipe out of there, undo the all the uppipe bolts, which are 12 millimeter, 12-point heads for all the uppipe bolts. I think on LBZs you have to pull the driver's side completely to get the oil drain tube bolts. But we're just gonna loosen them all up and we'll go from there. So I'm gonna try to leave the glow plug module relay thing intact. I'm pretty sure you can. So that's it, guys. Just gonna keep moving for now. So trying to get this out so we can get it shipped back. Alrighty, guys. About 20 minutes later, I got a little bit of stuff done. I'm gonna give you a quick tip and trick or whatever for me in doing turbos and what I recommend. And I actually just took a break and went and bought this because I couldn't find my actual one. A flex head ratchet, okay, 3/8 drive flex head ratchet. This bent handle has actually been pretty nice too. You can use a straight one, but anyways, a flex head ratchet is a huge lifesaver on doing these turbos for getting the uppipe bolts out. So right now I have the 3 uppipe bolts out of the passenger side. I don't know if we're gonna be able to see anything, but I have 3 uppipe bolts out of the passenger side, and I just took the heat shield off the driver's side uppipe, which I don't even know why we put it back on, but besides the point. It's kind of a pain in the ass, but a short 10 and this flex head ratchet, and I was able to get all the heat shield bolts off in about 5 minutes, so it's really not that bad. On LBZs, you have to take out the driver's side uppipe completely to reach the fuel return line bolts. So I'm going to unbolt the bottom and top side of that uppipe now, which is cool because I'm pretty sure I can leave the passenger side in and just get the drain pipe bolts out, and then this turbo's out. I mean, it's been, I don't know what time I started, but it's probably been about an hour and a half. I'm about to, not even, probably like an hour, because I've taken a break and went to Dunkin' and all that stuff, you know. But it's really not that bad, guys. It's pretty easy. So like I said, flex head ratchet and that short 10, you can get everything. The downpipe's out. I pulled it out through the bottom, fairly easy. Leaving the glow plug module, relay, whatever it is, back in. I already undid the vane position sensor, and we just have to do the 2 oil drain lines and the uppipe for the driver's side, which is, I said it earlier, it's the 12-point, 12 millimeter wrench or socket. So right here, we have the heat shield off, so I gotta get that out of there. But usually you can get it out enough to take it off like that. And then there's the 3 bolts right here. There's one, I'll see if we can get it underneath here. But there's 2 bolts right there and 1 on the top. And once you get that out, that's basically it. And then there's the 3 17 millimeter mounting bolts for the turbo, and that's it. I'm trying to get this out quick because I gotta go get fitted for a tuxedo for a wedding I'm going to, so that should be fun. I gotta get all cleaned up and stuff. But moving right along, we'll finish this up. I'll kind of talk everything over once I have the turbo out, and we'll take a look at the damage done to it. So there's a lot of oil in the exhaust side, so I'm wondering if the seal let go or something. I don't know. It's like I said, shit happens. I love Danville. I think they're a great company. We're gonna keep running their turbos. We're gonna keep using their tunes. It's kind of like a freak accident, you know. Shit happens. So let's get this turbo out. We'll do a little further diagnostics or look at what's really going on in there, and then, you know, close up shop. Alrighty, the driver's side up pipe is out. Well, it's still sitting. I still have it resting in there, but the heat shield is out. That's kind of really what you gotta get out. I don't know what I did with it. It's right over here. The heat shield itself, I pulled it up from the top. So you just gotta loosen it all and pull it up from the top, and it's fine. Once that's out, you can lay the up pipe back far enough. And here, I'll get my light on. Let's see what we can see down here. And then you take those two, there's two nuts on the studs for this, the oil return line. So you take that out, those off, and then that's everything. So now we just need to take off 3 17mm bolts, which I'm trying to show you guys here. There's one right there. There's one right there. And there's one on the other side of this oil feed line, which is right. It's right down there. Kind of hard to see, but. So we'll take this line off right here, which I believe is a 14mm. Take this 14mm off, and then move this line out of the way. Take those 3 17mm mounting bolts for the turbo out, and this turbo's out. We'll pull it out of the truck and we'll further investigate. So. Turbo is out. So just to go over, so obviously it sits in the truck like this. But anyways, here's the 3 mounting bolts. So there's one on the left side. This is where the oil drain tube comes up. The one in the front, and then the one in the back I showed you. So looking from the top, it's like right in the gap, and then in the gap down here, and then in the back. I forgot to take the 2 coolant lines off, which is quick, 2-minute thing. So this comes off the upper radiator hose, then this goes underneath the EGR, but you just take those 2 lines off. I suggest replacing them when you get them bad, but here we are. Oh man, that thing's pretty mangled. Let's get some light in there. Oh yeah. So that thing's pretty chewed up. But this is what happens when you get something going, a couple thousand RPMs and flying off the handles. So that is that's basically it, guys. We had to pull this out and get it all packaged up and shipped. Like I said, I gotta go clean up and get fitted for a tux, but turbo's out, real time. So I've been working on it for about 2 hours, but I took a break and went to Dunkin', the parts store, and I think that's it. And that took a little while because I was waiting in line. So I mean, realistically, to pull a turbo now, for me, it took me about, I'll say like an hour to an hour and 15 minutes of like actual work, not looking for tools, not looking for, not going to buy tools and stuff. But it's not too bad, guys. It's really not. I suggest, like I said, if you're doing a Y bridge or if you're doing something, it's not too hard to pull the turbo. That's gonna do it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope I covered everything. If you have any questions, of course, I have a business email and you can drop it in the comments below. I did add a mod list for the orange truck to the description. I'm gonna do the red truck and all the other trucks as we keep going with them. But that's it for today, guys. Thanks for tuning in. And just a final thought is YouTube has been like kind of iffy on notifying you guys for videos I posted, because I posted a few and a lot of people say they're not getting notifications. So if you're trying to stay up with everything we're doing, trying to stay up, and by the way, this is the new shop, it's a work in progress, but If you're trying to stay up with things, go ahead and subscribe and then hit the little bell next to it to turn on notifications. That way you know when we're posting a video so you can see what's going on. But thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you next time on the Duramax Diesel channel.